All right, fine. I'll do a reaction to the Netflix show How to Get Rich. If y'all email me one more time, if you send me one more DM, if you comment one more time about this, I swear to God. But thank you for doing so because it is truly egregious. Do you like what I added to my favorite cup? Very topical for this video. Let's get into it. Now on the Netflix, there's a show called How to Get Rich with this guy, Rami, something. And he is a best-selling author. I actually do like his content because he's not like super scammy, really, because there are a lot of people like financial gurus and stuff on the internet who are just super scammy. You've seen him, I've seen him, I know. He's less so about like belief and all that and more so about actual analytics and not being brainwashed. And I really love everything that he had to say in this show. So episode 6, there's 8 episodes, I believe, on the Netflix. And episode 6 is the one that we'll be going over today. And it's called Multi-Level Marketing Madness or MLM Madness or something like that. And basically he goes around in the entire series to all these different couples or just individuals and goes over like their finances and kind of like, I don't want to say gives them tough love, but kind of like shakes them awake and is like, you're like, what are you doing? You have these financial goals, but you're doing this and this and this and this and this. Like you're not being very smart. And I was so excited to see that in episode 6, one of these subjects, Millie, is in everyone's favorite MLM, Monat. You know, the shampoo cult. Before we go any further, this is all my own opinion. I am not an expert in anything. As we know, I'm just a lady with a bulldog and a camera. And what else? Way too many opinions. So let's go ahead and get acquainted with Millie and I think Christian. I don't remember her husband's name. I don't care. Let's get acquainted with them, shall we?
I don't know why you never told me. It's crazy that it's taken a TV show for me to find out that we lost $80,000. We were gonna purchase another property and we were gonna have to put like $200,000 down. So just thinking about that number, we're like, we could have put that towards something significant.
You never like really asked like, oh, how are the investments going?
I should have asked though, because you're actually usually like really open with like what you're doing. And you've been quiet. I should have known.
So we meet Millie and Christian and we are just off to a super great start. As you can tell by the host of the show just sitting there like, what? So the husband, I think his name's Christian. We're just going to call him Christian because I feel like that is better than whatever his name actually is, or that is actually his name. Am I going to check? Nope, I'm not. I don't care. Has gotten into some investing, some gambling, it seems like. Don't get me wrong. I do like the stonks. I'm a little stonk gal. I'm in the Wall Street Bets page on Reddit. Now, one thing that a lot of people maybe don't understand, or maybe some do, investing is a gamble. Every time you are giving away your money in hopes to get more money. But with investing and with gambling, like, yeah, sure, there can be a little bit of strategy behind it, but it's mostly luck and something that you don't really have control over. And that is really what gets people. That can really get you. And it can be super dangerous. This man lost $80,000. So this couple already makes super great decisions, but a trend that we're going to see is that they're not super forthcoming with each other when it comes to that. And that can be very detrimental in any relationship, but especially in a marriage. I don't know. I just think that that is kind of like something that's super common in the multi-level marketing industry as well. Hiding things from your spouse, not, showing them truly like the numbers, how much you're making, all that. Girl, I got a spreadsheet of my monthly income, like from every single stream. And I don't always go over it with Tony. And I don't want to be like, it's none of his business, but like, I don't always go over that with him, but I do show it to him. Like last month for April, my AdSense from YouTube was a little bit lower than I would have liked. A little bit lower, but not horrible. But thank God, because I did so many sponsorships, I was able to basically supplement that and have that like double my income for the month. So I was talking to him about it and I was like, yeah, I really want to get like more sponsorships. I want to get to the point where like almost every video on my channel is sponsored, and that would just be, more work. But that really makes it so I'm able to continue to do this because views aren't always guaranteed, right? So that's the smart way to go about it. So we're open about that, talking about it. Like those types of conversations should be okay for you to have, but there's such a taboo around money. And I do like that this show is kind of like opening that up. And there is a lot of shame and guilt around money for sure. And I've been working through that in therapy as well. Some people think it's weird that like I'll talk openly about like the analytical side of the money aspect of my job, but it's just money. It's not a big deal. Like, it doesn't make you a better person or a worse person. And if you have a problem with someone talking about money or the money that they make, that's a you issue. And you got to fix that. Like, get it together. So let's continue with this because we haven't even gotten to the MLM aspect. And we're already hearing about this guy's alleged crippling gambling addiction and not that great decisions.
Well, it's easy to talk about it when things are up. I think we've just learned that when things go down, sometimes people get quiet about it.
Yeah.
Okay. These gains are not sustainable.
What Christian doesn't realize is that he's made money because of luck, not because of skill. And as they say, when the tide goes out, you're going to see who is swimming naked.
What are your goals? What's your rich life?
So my main goal, my whole life since I was a kid, is to retire my mother. My parents are immigrants, so I'm a first-generation American.
Where'd they move here from?
Colombia.
Okay.
Late 80s. So they didn't know the language. They were thinking of their kids. They weren't thinking about themselves when they made this move, right? So there's nothing better than being able to retire my mother.
That's pretty amazing.
I just want to build an empire. I want to be able to help his mom. We'd be able to help my parents. We'd build something for our future kids. That's what I want.
Where did you get this from?
When I started my network marketing business, they're very big on like mindset. That's where it all started, like just growing my mind and thinking more abundantly. Like I never even knew what that word meant.
Can you feel it? Can you feel my headache starting? Because you should. You should be able to feel it. Because it's there, girlfriend. Oh, yikes. Okay. So already the verbiage being, I was about to say vernacular, but that's not technically correct. The verbiage that is being used is when I started my network marketing business. Oh, so you started a multi-level marketing company? No, you didn't. You joined a team. You're a salesperson. Nothing wrong with being a salesperson. I love sales. Done it for years. But girl, stop. Yeah, who wouldn't love to have $1 billion? Who wouldn't love to make $1 million from sitting on your phone by the pool? Obviously everyone. But is that realistic? No. Is that attainable? No. Is it realistic? No. I mean, it could be attainable for like, again, less than 1% of people. It's crazy that, she's talking about, I want to build generational wealth. I want to build an empire. And it's like, okay, but you're a salesperson in an MLM unless you take over the company. Like, and that's not going to happen. There's zero chance of that ever happening. It's not an empire.
Yeah.
Prior to,
I'm surprised that you're in network marketing. So tell me about the business.
Wait,
Yes.
why were you surprised?
Because your goal is to make money, and network marketing, usually people do not succeed in it.
There's people that have hit the $1 million club. Like one of my mentors has done it.
Yeah.
So I just look at it and I'm like, okay.
I love him so much. So it's really interesting how she's, again, saying, oh, well, someone else did it. Yeah, but you haven't done it. Did the person right above you do it? No. Do you have all these people under you? No. And also, how long, like there's so much information missing from, well, this person did it. How long have they been in the company? How many people do they have in their downline, in their direct downline below that? How long have they been able to maintain that rank? How many other people below them do they have at that same rank, at that highest rank? Also, just because you get into and let me be very clear, just because you get into the $1 million club, $1 million earner club, doesn't make you a millionaire. Within the next 4 years, I'll have made, hopefully, if everything goes well, if everything keeps going at the same rate that it is, within the next 5 to 6 years, I'll have made $1 million, not profit, baby, no, revenue from YouTube. Does that make me a millionaire? No. No, girl, we got expenses, we got payroll, we got taxes. So no, that does not make you a millionaire. And it is so delusional of them to think so, but it's that title. It's that title of CEO, mentor, small business owner, boss babe, when there's really nothing behind that title because they have nothing to back it up. It's absolutely meaningless, but it gives them really good feelings. Really good feelings.
And I'm like, okay, if she did it, I could do it. If she did it, I could do it. There's 10 ranks in the company, and I've reached as high as the 7th. And when I got to that rank, I was like in the top 0.02% or something. I don't know how it happened.
How much money were you making at that time?
My highest was 12,000 in a month.
How many months did you make that for?
1. And then little by little, it just started going down. Then it was 8.
And now?
See, he's asking all the right questions. He's asking the questions that you should ask if someone tries to recruit you into something. You know, instead of, oh, well, I made it to this rank and the most I've ever made was this much and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, just like he said, always ask more questions, but the context really matters there because what she says is, I mean, just proves that it's not sustainable and it doesn't work. Always ask questions if you think that something is too good to be true, or just always ask questions in general, please.
How much are you making?
2,000 something.
And MLM stands for multi-level marketing. Let's think of it like a shape. Let's say a pyramid. At the top, you have this person who's been recruited to be an entrepreneur, and they recruit 5 people underneath them. Those 5 people recruit 5 people beneath them, and so on and so forth. You can see why this eventually fails, because eventually you'd have to recruit the entire planet to keep growing. This is a waste of time. Don't do it.
The way that you're approaching money reminds me of a slot machine. So you know when you go to Vegas and you pull that slot machine, and 9 times out of 10, you lose money. And then 1 time you make money. And then what do you tell yourself? I did it.
Yeah.
So I want to understand a little bit more about where are you coming from before I start telling you, here's 6 things to do.
Okay.
Good.
How's that sound?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm actually having an event. You should come.
You're having a network marketing event?
I am.
I would love to come.
I like Christian and Millie. They're in a pretty good financial situation, but they're making some weird knucklehead decisions. So I think I can help them.
One thing that I find interesting, I was talking with someone about this because they have more information about her. They said that her career rank, which is the one where it's like the highest one that you can get to, or the highest one that you've ever gotten to within the company, was MM, so market mentor, the Cadillac rank. And then she dropped down 4 ranks to AMB, associate market builder, I think that one is. As of February 2022, the average earning at that rank is $4,184 annually. Yet she's saying that she was making around $2,000 a month at that rank. And you can, but it's just interesting because it's like, that sounds like it's a fib then that you said that. So I'm thinking, and other people think this as well, that she fell pretty quickly after she hit that rank because again, it's nearly impossible to maintain like any rank within a multi-level marketing company unless you have a bunch of people under you. She says later on that she had about 500 people under her and then that now she has like 150. If you have 150 at like that rank, like you're not going to be able to really maintain it and you're going to drop pretty fast. She was in her 2nd grace month of getting the car bonus. So like the thing is that so you qualify for the car bonus and then I believe you have to maintain that for like 2 months or 3 months. And then you actually get the bonus. And then after that, let's say you lose your rank, so you don't re-qualify for the car bonus. They give you 2 grace periods, like so 2 months of grace so that you can try to get that rank back, which is nice. But then after that, it's on you. They trap you 1,000,000%. I have said for so long that they trap you with that car bonus, with their car program. It is wild.
I think I can help him. The first thing with Christian is I want to help him make a plan to retire his mom. With Millie, the easiest way for her to build an empire is to get a job that pays her well and respects her. And with both of them, no more gimmicks, no more individual stock purchases, no more DraftKings, no more MLMs, just simple, low-cost, long-term investing. If they do that, they'll be in great shape.
So I love that he even just said that because that's something that I do believe in as well because it's just the gimmick of it all and the trying to like get rich quick. And a lot of people will say multi-level marketing isn't like a get rich quick scheme. No, that's exactly what it is. It's that y'all want to get rich quick and you want to not have to work and you want to try to get all this passively and all that, but that's rarely ever going to happen. And with investments, yeah, sometimes you do get really lucky and you invest well and you invest into, maybe a startup that's going to do really well, or, have a startup company yourself and then you're able to sell it for a lot of money. I mean, we know people who have done that and it's like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. Let's go ahead and circle back to them.
Function without his stable full-time income.
Mom, this is your first time at an event. Network marketing is basically a company, they sell a product and they kind of get rid of that middleman, like the store. It's just me using the products, genuinely talking about them. And when somebody wants to buy them and try them, I get a commission from it.
How sad is it to hear her explain this completely wrong? She didn't even talk about recruiting, which is the main part of multi-level marketing. What she's explaining is single-level marketing. It's not multi-level marketing, but Monat is a multi-level marketing company. Also notice how they never say Monat. They do show the products. I'm surprised they didn't blur out the product name though, because in my mind, girl, I don't think, Mary, listen, I don't think that Monat would have ever approved this. And I don't know how she hasn't gotten in trouble. Maybe she has. I genuinely don't know, but like this doesn't make the company look good. That's embarrassing. If no one's showing up to your event, also, how many of those people are in your downline? And you just told them like, yeah, I have to, throw this event for the show I'm gonna be on and just like pretend all that. Also, there's like a flower wall behind her when she's talking at this thing. Those are expensive too. I rented one for my baby shower and it was like $700. How much money are you spending on these events? Like, what are you doing? You are the middleman. It replaces this store with you because then that way you're going to do all of their marketing for free.
And then it's also bringing other people on with me that want to do the same thing. You build a team and you sell the products. Hi, how are you?
How you doing? Thanks for coming. Yeah, good to see you, bro.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Nice to see you. Whatever you need to do your thing.
Yeah,
I'm just here to watch.
I'm ready.
Okay. Millie's smart. She's savvy. She could build something great for herself. But I'm totally skeptical of MLMs.
Oh, guys, thank you guys for coming. Millie, 29, from Newark, New Jersey. We have 12 siblings in my family. My mom remarried, my dad remarried, and just coming from like a blended family, if you're familiar, you know that feeling of like, I don't know, just like never really fitting in and like feeling a little left out. So as like silly as it sounds, I feel like the business really changed my mindset because I'd make vision boards and I'm like, I'm gonna qualify for the Cadillac and I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna qualify for the trips and little by little, it all started happening. I qualified for the trips. I qualified for the Cadillac that the company pays for. But anyway, a little bit about the business itself and what I do. It's basically just this. I use the products. I talk about the ones that I love. That's it.
You know well that you make almost all of your money from your downline and from recruiting. Why would you leave that out? Oh, because that's not appealing. And that makes it sound like a pyramid scheme. So also the cringe sob story. Not to sound really mean, but no one cares. Why do we need to know about that? Show me those bank statements, lady. Show me that profit and loss report.
So I'll give you some samples. I know you guys some of you guys really haven't tried them, so I could give you some if you want to take some with you. That's cute.
Okay, so tell me, what do you think about the overall network marketing business?
So it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But money talks, right? So when I saw the money amounts coming in and she's reached the 7th rank, the company pays for the Cadillac, I'm like, this is absurd.
She got a Cadillac for free.
Yep. So it's under her name, but
Okay.
they send her a check every month for the cart as long as she maintains the rank, her name. So if she doesn't hit that rank, then she's responsible for the payment.
Notice how he says, okay, so she got a Cadillac for free. And the husband then says, yes. So, and then continues to explain how it's not for free. It's not for free at all. We've talked about that so so many times. So many times. It's a trap, like Ramit is about to say. It's absolutely a trap. And hearing him say that was like, oh, I loved it so much hearing him say that.
For the 4-year lease.
It's under her name. They write her the check as long as she hits a certain number. What number does she need to hit?
I don't know. That I've never asked her.
All right. Well, thanks for having me here. I have some more questions to ask, but very interesting comments. Excuse me.
So this Cadillac.
Oh my God. They give her the car, but they saddle her with the 4-year lease. That costs her tens of thousands of dollars. It's not a gift, it's a trap.
Well, wait.
Can I grab you whenever
Yes,
you get a chance?
of course. Yeah.
I have so many questions for you.
Tell me.
Okay, so how many of these did you use to do?
A lot. We got to a point like when business was really booming
Yeah.
that we were doing at least one a week.
We means,
Me and my team.
what is the team? What is that?
So anyone that wants to do the business with me,
Yeah,
they'll join my team.
I see. And how many are on your team?
So there was almost 500 people on my
What?
team.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So when you made that 12K,
Notice how she keeps going back to, when Ben's business was booming. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking about like the present. Like that 12K, do you still have that? And doing one event a week?
where did the 12K primarily come from? Was it from selling products or was it from your team?
It was the team sales. The most I've ever sold was probably like a little over $2,000 myself in a month.
Yeah. Do you still have 500 people on your team?
No,
What is it now?
it's like 150.
Wait, so you went from 500 people making 12K, and then they slowly started dropping off down to now, which is,
150. Yeah.
I have another question. I've been thinking about this. I have to understand it. The Cadillac. How old are you again?
29.
Would you buy a Cadillac on your own?
No.
So
Honestly.
how did it happen? Is it when you were at the peak?
Yeah. So it's an email and they tell me, hey, you qualified. You can go choose a white Cadillac as long as it's less than 4 years old. And as long as you continue hitting your rank, we continue sending you a check for it.
And so what did you do?
So I got the car.
Okay.
I was so in the moment because it was like such an accomplishment.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I've been saying I'm gonna do this and I just did it.
What's the monthly payment?
It's $660 and they pay me $500 for it.
So theoretically, if you stay at this level, they'll pay off the rest of your Cadillac.
Yep.
If you drop more, you'll have to pay $660 a month. Can you afford it?
It's a little tight, but yeah.
MLMs.
It's a little tight, but yeah, which means no. She claims that she's making like 2,000-ish a month now with money. So it's like, how are you affording that then?
Are specifically targeted at vulnerable parts of society. They go after stay-at-home moms who want to make an income on the side. They make huge promises of all the money you can make passively working from home. But what they fail to tell you is that 99+% of people will not make money.
Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me over again.
When you tell someone in an MLM that it might not be the best decision, sometimes they get defensive.
So can I be open with you about?
100%.
Okay. I loved your presentation style, but as I started to think about it, I got nervous. Because there are a lot of things that were red flags for me. I saw the membership recruiting, which made me really nervous. Those people tend to leave really quickly. So then I asked you, like, what's up with those 500 people? And then you told me most of them had left. Then you told me about the Cadillac. What if you don't keep your rank? It's your lease, so you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Has that happened before?
It has.
Wait, how many times?
Like 8.
Wait, what?
In the yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hold on. Do you know what the success rate for people in multi-level marketing is?
So like 8 times. I mean, that's almost a year. That's so many times. And since then, since filming this, she hasn't maintained that rank anymore. So it's happened. It has happened for over a year. I don't know if she still has that car, but like, girl, you got to get out of that lease. You got to give that back. Like, that's not good. You shouldn't have that. That's such a waste of money. And especially because she said, he's like, if you like weren't in this company, like, would you normally buy a Cadillac for yourself? And she's like, no. then why do you have it? You don't even want it. Like, it's an old lady car. It's a Nana car. Like, what are you doing? It's so weird. Plus, most of them get like the most baseline one. Not that that like even matters. Y'all know I'm very much so of the mindset of like, get something that gets you from A to B. But like you said before, when you talk to someone who's in an MLM and, you know, get them to see the truth and try to like speak logically to them, they can get really defensive because they internalize it and they think it's their fault many times. Not every time, but many times. But it's not their fault. It's the company. You can't outwork a scam. And just because someone is making money in the scam, it doesn't mean it's not a scam. It means that the scam is working. That's what makes it a scam. It's a successful scam then. Someone is making money. It's just probably not you.
For people in multi-level marketing is
Probably like 3%.
maybe even less than 1%. MLMs are a trap.
There's a subtle difference between a pyramid scheme and network marketing. Pyramid schemes are based on recruiting other people alone. Network marketing has tangible products. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Network marketing is not. And the distinction is as thin as a razor's edge.
You did 12K in a month. I don't want to take away from that. It's very impressive. But if you had never succeeded and we were sitting here having this conversation, you'd be like, yeah, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. But you did succeed 1 month and you post about it on social media and it's become part of your identity. So to take all that away, it's not just closing down a little business. What is it really?
It like hurts my ego a little bit. I'm a little bit like embarrassed about it too, because that's like you said, I talk about it and I like, not to take away from it, I did do that, but I also went backwards.
And how long has the business been going down for?
So he's going to continue to ask questions and ask her further, how long has the business been declining for? And she's going to say about a year. Per her, this was filmed last year. And that's kind of like the timeline, I guess, with like how that really works in the, you know, filming process and then, you know, edits and then getting everything like approved by the streamer and then, you know, everything being released. So it's been going down for like a year and we're actually going to get an update from her in a minute. So like another year, it's been going downhill again, even further, just declining, not going up, not maintaining, declining. She has really clung to this 12K in a month. I've made 5 figures in a month. Okay, but what are you making right now? What was your check yesterday? What was your check this week?
I did do that, but I also went backwards.
And how long has the business been going down for?
About a year.
How does that feel? A year?
I definitely think I'm just not putting enough effort.
So you believe if you worked harder, then you would get those results. Mm-hmm. Take a look at me. If I work harder, I can be in the NFL. Tell the truth. It's okay. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. What? How could you say that? How could you crush my dreams? You don't think if I train for another year that I could make it to the NFL?
Probably not.
Probably not. And if you try harder, will you succeed where 99+% of people fail?
I don't know. You never know.
Okay, let me ask it a different way. Do you think your best use of time and energy is to focus it on this MLM? Or do you think maybe there's another possibility that might get you to your goals faster?
I hear you. Yeah, I do agree with that.
So then she goes on to saying and admitting in like a little talking head about how everyone doubted the network marketing stuff and how her family and friends didn't want her to do it and her own husband didn't want her to do it, but she did it anyways. And it's just really interesting for her to, you know, agree with him when it has to do with him, you know, trying to succeed at something that less than 1% of people can succeed at. But then when it's flipped on her, she's like, well, you never know. I just need to work harder. No, that's not, you just agreed with the like fallacy of that. What are you talking about? And that's what they say a lot of times. Like, oh, well, people who don't succeed in it just didn't work hard enough. No, that's not how that works. And they can use all day long. They can say people in the NFL, they can use other types of examples is they'll say, oh, well, you know, most people won't become like famous YouTubers or, you know, even get to 100,000 subscribers or, you know, do it full time. Does that mean that you shouldn't start? It's like, well, no, but that's also completely different. I'm not trying to recruit other people to do it. I don't care if you do it. do what you want to do. I also would never suggest for anyone to do this full time until you are making quadruple the amount that you like are from your full-time job. Also, just don't quit your full-time job. Try to do this on the side. I did it on the side for 4 years. And so that really is, completely different. And it's annoying. They'll take all of these different examples and it's like, that isn't the same thing at all. Also with a YouTube channel, I mean, you could technically do that for free. If you have an iPhone, one of like the past like 3 generations of iPhones, you can film for free. You can upload it to YouTube for free. And yeah, sure, it's going to take a lot of time and there's not really anyone who's trying to get you to start a YouTube channel and do it consistently and quit your job and spend a lot of money on it. Most YouTubers will tell you, no, don't do this. I love it, but it sucks. And most people are realistic about it when it comes to the finance. Well, some people are realistic when it comes to like the back end of it. Like I tell people all the time, like it's amazing. I love it, but it's not sustainable. And it's spooky. It's really scary sometimes. So unless like your spouse has a job where technically you don't have to work, go for it. Okay. Like, ugh. So I just hate when they try to make that like analogy. And even she was saying, well, I just have to work harder. I just have to do this. And it's like, girl, the odds are stacked against you. And you've already seen that, but yet you're going to just ignore it and keep going because of, as he is going to explain, because of the sunk cost fallacy, where you've put so much, not only money into something, but you've put time into it. You've embarrassed yourself on social media. You've made it your entire personality. So you're at risk of just throwing all that away and losing all that money, all that time, those friendships. How are you going to start over? It's going to be embarrassing because people are going to know you failed. It's silly because it's like, well, no, when you switch jobs, do people think you failed? No, you just got a new job. Who cares? But it's a little different with MLMs because you're encouraged to make it your entire personality and put everything out there. And it is embarrassing. It's also a reason, like another reason why they do that is so that you don't leave. So you feel stuck. And it's like the psychological aspect behind all of it.
What's the difference between a job and a career?
A job is probably just something that, you go to every day. No big deal. It makes you some money. And maybe a career is something that maybe you went to school for it. You love it, maybe.
And what do you have today?
A job.
If you want to build an empire, that takes changing the way you think about your income. I have some homework for you. I want you to spend some time on the psychology of money. You have some money beliefs you don't even realize are money beliefs. Like today you told me, I got to work harder. The belief you have is that it needs to be hard in order for me to make money. And that's not true. And I want you to create your conscious spending plan. A lot of things are going to become very clear to you. Okay. I don't need to tell you, you're smart enough. You're going to see it right there on paper. Okay. Send it to me.
I will.
I know Millie feels she's put so much time into this MLM that she doesn't want to give up now. But that's what's called the sunk cost fallacy.
Okay, so we're done with the Netflix show aspect of this, but he goes over the sunk cost fallacy, tries to get her to just strictly look at the numbers and go over her conscious spending plan, and hopefully the profit and loss report would be in there. And I've heard people say, or ask rather, on Reddit as well, but like, what was the thing that got you out of the MLM? What woke you up? And a lot of people say their taxes. So it's very interesting to, you can put that right in front of someone. And unfortunately, a lot of times it won't matter. They'll still be like, oh no, but I made some money. Did you? Or, well, it's worth it because it lowered, our personal tax responsibility. Did it? Or, I have so many write-offs and business expenses. With business expenses, that money still comes from somewhere. Like, I've been wanting to buy a new phone. I was thinking about it and someone goes, because I was like, oh, I really need to get a new phone. And they go, oh, well, it's a business expense. And I'm like, yeah, girl, that money still comes out of my account. Like, it's still an expense. It's still money being spent. But like, what are you talking about? Like, Now we have like an update from her that was on her Instagram. I am surprised that she doesn't have more followers. Actually, no, I'm not surprised, because when someone's on a Netflix show that's doing really well, which this one has done pretty well, when you're on a Netflix show, a streamer show, whatever, usually like the goal, let's be honest, these days is to utilize that and really, take advantage of it and grow your social media. It does not look like that's worked out for her, but also, why would you want to follow her other than like just checking in and like seeing like, oh, she's still in the pyramids game? I don't think she realizes that like that hinders her. It's just very interesting. Okay, so I went over to her Instagram and looked at the Rich Life Instagram story highlight that she has on there. And I was like, let's just see. So you go through it and it's like all of the reposts, basically. It's like, okay, we get it. You were on a Netflix show. It is also a little bit different when you're in a show that's separated out like this, where like you really are only on one episode and it's not like continuous and it's not really focused on your personality, because it wasn't focused on her personality, because Monat is her personality, it seems like. So anyways, let's go ahead and get to her update.
The $1 million question, aside from all the money questions I've been getting, my next most asked question is if I still use money. And yes, I still use money. I still do money. If you're my VIP, you know, because I still have customers that buy. And every time I post my hair, you guys ask me if I still use it. Yes, I never stopped. I know that I slowed down with it myself for personal reasons. Not going to get into that. But I know for a fact that if I would have kept at my pace, I'd be much higher. I'd be much more successful in it. I just slowed down with it. But
it's sad to hear that she's blaming herself still, just like she did in the show, just like she did a year ago. She's saying, I slowed down. I know that if I would have worked harder, I would be more successful with it. That's not how it works. No, like that's not it. So girl, it's not you. Millie. I love that name and that's so cute. Millie, it is not you. It is the structure of the company. I would assume that Monat saw it and was like, okay, we need to like make it right and like pay them more for the cart bonus.
slow down with it. But I genuinely believe in the products. I genuinely believe in the business. So I will not be terminating. And yeah.
I genuinely believe in the products and I genuinely believe in the business. Baby, this ain't about belief. This is about, does it work? Clearly it doesn't. Like, I wish, like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because it's like, I wish that she was able to capitalize off of being on the show. It doesn't look like she has been able to, as much as like you would hope. But then again, it's like, okay, well, I don't want her to, because then I don't want her to be able to like recruit more people from it. But then again, it's like, if anyone saw that episode, and they've been promoting the out of it, if someone saw that episode and was like, oh, I want to join Monat, then I'm sorry, but you deserve to get scammed. No one deserves to get scammed. But like, what? I cannot imagine that her upline is happy with her. I cannot imagine that her mentors, the people at the top that she's under, are happy with her, that her teammates are happy with her, because this makes Monat look really bad. No, they never said Monat, but it's clear which one she's in because it showed it on the products. And then I really want to know what like the repercussions were, consequences were once Monat saw it, because that does go against their policy and procedures. Maybe because she didn't say the name of it, but you have to sign an appearance release when you do these types of things. So when you sign on to something, typically what happens, and I've been involved in three total, 2 that haven't like gotten off the ground or like made it very far, and then 1 that we're just waiting for it to be greenlit, which that can take so long. That itself can take like 2 years, and it's about Monat. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully. Hopefully we would get on Netflix. So you go through everything. They go through interviews. They figure out who they want to have on the show. Once they do that, you sign basically a non-compete, a confidentiality agreement, an NDA, all that. And then also an appearance release too. And an appearance release, I have had to have people sign them if they want to be on my channel as well. Most people who like have people on as guests on, their podcasts or their YouTube channels or their shows, things like that. That's absolutely industry standard. You're going to sign an appearance release. You're going to sign an NDA, all that. You typically want to sign a non-compete, obviously, because that'd be silly. But you would sign an NDA so that like if there's certain things that, you know, behind the scenes things that like they don't want you to talk about, then you won't. And then also there's the appearance release saying like, I will not sue you or this production company or whatever if I am edited in a way that I don't like. So basically like I'm giving up all my rights to how I'm going to be perceived by like the public. Because that has happened a good amount of times where someone is edited poorly, editing's not on your side. And I don't think we can use that as an excuse on here because it's like, that's pretty cut and dry. Like, you made yourself look bad, girl. That wasn't editing. That was just like straight facts. You made yourself look bad. Again, I would assume, not even just assume, you have to, the streamer that you sell the project to makes sure of all of that. Their legal team does. So it's just a real big yikes from me. It's sad to see that she's still in Monat and still like brainwashed by them. And that is my opinion, obviously. But yes, I do 100% believe that she's brainwashed by them because she's still in it. And it's just, it's so sad. Like you could do so much more with your life and with your time, but you're giving it to this company that doesn't care about you and that you're actively losing money in, most likely. I want to know if she still has the car. Very interesting. But I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope Netflix doesn't take down this video. If there's anything else you want me to react to, let me know. And I think your butt looks really good. And I hope you have a great day, night, weekend whenever you're watching this. What else do I say in my outros? My brain is fried. Yeah, leave in the comments below if you want me to watch anything else, react to anything else, anything like that. Follow the instructions in the description box to do so. And I'll see you in my next video because I'm ending this one because my baby is punching my cervix and it hurts and I'm about to cry. So yeah, goodbye.